Greetings, gentlemen. Ever think about how the words we use can sometimes mask the stark truth of reality? Get ready to delve into a world where language is more than just communication, it's a battlefield of concealment and disclosure. Stick around, and by the end of this video, you'll understand how modern euphemisms can camouflage the truth, and how recognizing them can keep your thoughts razor sharp. Now, let's take a trip down memory lane, back to the days where people called things for what they were. In the trenches of World War I, when a soldier reached their mental breaking point, they were diagnosed with shell shock, a term as blunt and brutal as the battlefield. But just one generation later, the narrative shifted. Battle fatigue became the term of choice, softening the blow with extra syllables and a sprinkle of vagueness. And it didn't stop there. By the Korean War, operational exhaustion hit the scene, a phrase so sanitized it could be mistaken for a car problem. Fast forward to the aftermath of Vietnam, and we've got post-traumatic stress disorder. Sure, it's clinically accurate, but buried in that pile of jargon is the raw human cost of war. What if we still called it shell shock? Perhaps a candid name could have sparked a timely aid for those needing it most. But the euphemism epidemic didn't just stop in the battlefield. It infected our daily lives. Toilet paper silently yielded to bathroom tissue, and car crashes morphed into automobile accidents. The skies aren't partly cloudy anymore. They're partly sunny, as if the clouds are taking a quick coffee break. The deception went commercial too. Motels upgraded to motor lodges, and used cars got a new lease on life as previously owned transportation. Subscribe now, give that like button a tap, and ring the notification bell. It's not just about supporting the channel, it's about empowering your journey toward truth and success. Even the harsh realities of life didn't escape the euphemistic wave. People didn't get fired, they experienced workforce downscaling. No more slums, just substandard housing. The language mutated to hide discomfort, to obscure the edges of life's harsh realities, fabricating a barrier between us and the truth. When language loses its vigor, does society lose something too, buried under a mountain of alternative facts and neutralizations? We even rebranded human conditions. The deaf became hearing impaired, blind, translated to visually impaired. Everyone's a winner in this brave new world, with learning disorders and severe appearance deficits. But renaming the condition doesn't solve it. It just wraps the issue in a shiny new package, disconnected from reality. A rape victim is not an unwilling sperm recipient, and senior citizens, once known openly as the elderly, still feel the weight of years no matter how young at heart. But let's confront it head on. We age, we grow older, and eventually, we face the final curtain. In today's world, you don't die, you pass away. But no amoeba amount of sugar-coated language can change the inevitable. It's time we call it like it is, reject the involuntary protein spills of language, and embrace the unvarnished truth. As we wrap up this exploration of the power of words and the importance of facing reality without euphemisms, ponder this: what linguistic disguises will you shed? If you found this discussion valuable, any appreciation you wish to show can be expressed with a tip via the link in the description. Investing in truth now, that's a transaction worth making. Now, gentlemen, what candid truths will you face today? Let's hear your game plans, your strategies for a no-nonsense life in the comments. Imagine uncovering financial truths no classroom would ever reveal, opening the door to prosperity on your terms. It's time we tackled the unspoken reality. Our education system trains us to be workers, not wealth builders. Now, let's delve into the heart of financial literacy, shall we? Let's kick things off with a stark truth. School may get you through the basics of math and history, but when it comes to the real-world plays of money management, investing, and taxation, well, it's pretty much silent. Many hunger for that knowledge on how to navigate debt, understand assets, and get smart with taxes. Yet, they're tasked with figuring it out solo because the curriculum won't cover it. You see, what I've observed on maybe you can relate is that many educators tend to teach from theory, not practice. During my own stint in graduate school, debates with professors were a regular occurrence, especially when I realized my real-world experience from working in family businesses outpaced their textbook teachings. It's crucial, my friends, to grasp the distinction between those who preach and practice. A genuine mentor doesn't just theorize. They're in the trenches day in, day out. They don't merely lecture, they live the lesson. That's who you want to learn from, not someone simply filling a job role without any skin in the game. So, Let's shift gears to the school's influence, or rather, the concerning lack thereof. Schools aim to shield students from challenges, creating a fragile generation unprepared for the robust debates that spark innovation and growth. Vital life lessons are lost when the system overprotects. And here's a bitter pill that some might find hard to swallow. Merely giving money to those in need doesn't solve poverty, it perpetuates it. Giving a fish versus teaching to fish, right? But it's not just about skill sets, it's about mindsets. The poverty trap ensnares through limiting beliefs ingrained in language, the very words uttered at home that mold a person's financial destiny. But let's slice through this defeatist dialogue, carving out a path for prosperity. The power of yet looms large here, my friends. Instead of shutting down with "I can't," ask "How can I?" That's the kind of proactive pondering that opens doors, or rather, minds. It's a cognitive pivot from helplessness to hopeful curiosity. Dive deeper, and you'll recognize our patterns are often inherited habits. Familial lessons on money or the lack thereof become encoded in our psyche, tethering our financial future to past precedents. Yet it's these very patterns we must break to rewrite our financial narratives. Remember, those who shy from failure learn nothing. Schools may champion perfection, but in the dojo of real life, every misstep is a potential masterclass. I can't help you escape the learning curve. I can only urge you to embrace it. Your failures are simply the forge where success is tempered. The pragmatic side of money speaks volumes. Your financial literacy must encompass the core of cash flow, taxes, debt, and statements. If you're repelled by learning these, you're essentially stepping out of the game before it even begins. Now, let's chat about team play. Going solo in the financial field is about as savvy as playing rugby against a team single-handedly. You need your heavy hitters, accountants, attorneys, bankers. They're the squad to have on speed dial. And if you're wondering where to aim your financial fervor, find your niche. Mine? Business and real estate. Why? Because when paired strategically, they carve a path to prosperity with tax efficiency that's nothing short of spectacular. Picture this: appreciation, amortization, and depreciation, three keys to a kingdom of fiscal finesse that could see your wealth multiply while taxes take a backseat. This isn't some high finance fantasy, but a tangible tactic as palpable as the properties you can acquire. Consider the fast food titan, McDonald's. It's not about the burgers. It's about the real estate empire beneath those golden arches. They grasp that businesses thrive on foundations of solid ground. You'd be wise to do the same. Turn a single million into 5 via property, and you've got a legitimate loophole to leverage your earnings against. It's about financial alchemy, transmuting income into assets and liabilities into lessons. And so we circle back to awareness, to breaking away from generations of misguided money doctrines. The shift begins with you, right here and now, with the choice to adopt a millionaire mindset, no matter the decimal place of your net worth. As we wrap up, ask yourself what financial philosophies you'll overturn today. What limiting beliefs will you cast aside? Remember, recognizing the game is the first step to winning it. And before you click away, if this knowledge has enriched you, consider tipping the scales of value in return. Find the link in the description. Now, consider clicking subscribe, ringing that bell, and smashing that like button. Unlock your potential, and let's build wealth that lasts. What will be your next step in financial mastery? Share with me, and let's continue breaking through to success together.